Hi again. In this demo, we're going to show you how information flows from the student having submitted an assignment to you giving feedback to them receiving that feedback. So, as you can see, again, I have my little lights here. I did actually get the gradebook working now, so these values are correct. So let's go ahead and check out this assignment that was submitted by a student. So, see, refresh everything up there. I also made this have the ability to expand a lot further now, so you have a lot more working area. If you click an assignment, so here's the assignment that was submitted. It's a lovely picture of Sidney Crosby and the Stanley Cup, some fan art. I can see this is Dustin, no comments, feedback. Okay, so I'm going to go through, I'm going to start grading. So this example only kind of makes sense. As you see, a lot of these point values are 10 and 0, but you'll get an idea for it. So I did that. Here's my feedback that was generated below. I can always go and override any of these, as we showed before. So I'll just edit a few just so I can show on the other end that this is working correctly. And changed. Love what you did with this artwork, even if you didn't make it. So got all that. Now if I hit the save button, you'll see it kind of winds over here in the background. What I'm going to do now is open this up, click this button to open in a new tab, and you see this is the assignment kind of as anyone would see it. So it looks exactly the same right now because I haven't actually completed the assignment or said that it's been a completed rubric. I merely saved it. So when you save it, it doesn't actually show the student the work. It doesn't show anybody the feedback for that matter. So I can go back in here and if I just close this, these buttons up here do two different things, but this one collapses it. So you see this is, okay, it's a B+ currently. And the orange indicator light, telling me that hasn't been fully submitted yet because the yellow ones mean that it's submitted and the student can see it. So I'm going to click this again, and it just doesn't feel like a B+, even though that's what it figured out to be. So I'm going to make this a 128, we'll say, out of 130, and then this time I'm going to hit completed instead. Now completed is going to refresh it. You'll see, okay, now there's an A- here. My grading scale is a little goofy in the background. That's why it looks that way for such a high score. So now it's completed here. So if I go back to this page, which, okay, this is showing the assignment as it did before, and I refresh this, you'll now see that below the assignment, there's this instructor feedback drop down, which is the exact same thing that you just submitted, except it's in summary form and you can't edit the fields. And then, so it's point for point, the exact same thing that was on your screen, but this is for the student's consumption. They can close this and actually see what you chose to give them in each category. So, that way they can see what it is, and granted, they're not going to have the little highlighted boxes to show what they earned, but you're going to have your feedback right here. Hey, this is why I changed this value, is what you're going to physically put in there. Here's that feedback. So you kind of have the option of the student can see what they went through and what you gave them system-wise, and then what you actually on a more personal level gave them. This is still up for grabs. I can remove the selected feedback tab, and these names definitely need to change, I know. So I'll be working with our instructors to get those names down. But these two drop downs are permission based, so the only people that see them right now would be an instructor, your TAs, the instructional design lead for the course, and an administrative person like me, and the student that submitted this work. So if I was logged in as a different student other than the DAM account, then I wouldn't see the feedback. If I'm in as the DAM account, then I will see the feedback just the exact same way as it's presented here. So this has been just kind of a run through of how you go from assignment to rubric to feedback to student getting the feedback on the other end. So everything is ready to go for tomorrow's transfer over to the new system. So fingers crossed.